What's up, guys? Before we get going, you know what it is. We got to give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers. So, thank you to Tony, Starla, Luke, Jacob, Jeff, Adam, Chuck, and Justin. Thank you guys so much for supporting this silly show that Luke and I do, called All in a Delivery. But listen, if you want to help support the show, get ad-free episodes, get a little extra content from Luke and I here, go to patreon.com/AITDpod. Sign up today. And you get a whole bunch of goodies. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, also the Discord, guys. The Discord, come hang out with us there. We're a good time. Everybody in there is a great time. But enough about that. Listen, Saturday, December the 20th, we have our 4th annual Christmas Live episode that we'll be doing live on our YouTube channel. We're going to try putting it everywhere else too, but first, the YouTube channel. So go subscribe to our YouTube, huh? Go subscribe there, get notified for when we post anything on there, and get our, get live notifications for when we go live, because we go live there sometimes as well, even just during recording regular episodes. But the 4th annual one's going to be fun. It's going to be festive, so grab your eggnog, cozy up on the couch, and come hang out with All in the Delivery boys, all right? Today, we got episode 176 for you guys. 176 is here. I just got back from the concert last night. The concert I was telling you guys all about that. Me and my cousin Nate were going down to in Manhattan. So we're going to touch on that entire trip, which was crazy. Also, work holiday parties, right? Yay or nay? Are you for it or are you against it? And also talking about being for it or against it, there's the divide with SurePost coming back to us. Some people are happy. Some people are angry. It's going to be great. Also, PVD drivers working over regular drivers, or just, PVD drivers. Yeah. Working over drivers. We're going to talk about that too. Also, this is going to be the last question of the week. Probably for the next month, because all of the episodes have been pre-recorded now for the month of December. So, guys, this is the last one Luke and I will be recording until we see each other on the Christmas Live, Saturday, December 20th, episode 176. Are you ready, Luke?
I'm ready, brother.
I'm ready, too. Let's go. Here we go. We got to this one address. I said, this one goes around back. He went around back, boom, drove off, left him right at the stop.
That was after getting hit by a car.
Wait, you got hit by a car?
I ended up drinking 24 Bud Lights in about 48 minutes. Drunken nomad stumbles out in the road and he hit me going 30 miles an hour.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of All in the Delivery. This is episode 176, and I apologize if I sound a little off this episode because I was singing my Elder Emo heart out last night at the concert. So... But hey, we already said what we're going to be talking about. But first, let's go to the other side of the screen, shall we? You guys know him, my co-host, your co-host, down in West Bogota, Virginia, Luke.
Fuck.
How are you, buddy?
Well, it's kind of crazy because this will be, this is going to be the last. I mean, aside from the Christmas Live, this will be the last episode recorded for 2025. And it is it's kind of surreal to be through another year, having the people on, just being able to get stuff done. I'll tell you, I feel like I myself am very, very unorganized in a lot of ways. So, and I mean, I will say this to most of the listeners out there. I've always said, as far as the technical stuff, and the best image I could give you guys would be me being the kid in the pool with the floaties and Dave kind of guiding me along. But I'll tell you, it makes me feel good that we were able to get, I was like this in last year's Christmas Live because it was in the middle of the week. I was like, dude, we're not going to get stuff done. For some reason, I told Dave, I said that I was like, we got a tall order. There's an extra Monday in December. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off and get 3 guest episodes on and pre-recorded. And, Dave, as always, keeps it pretty. He wasn't worried. He wasn't sweating it. And it always works out, dude. And I think for another year, it just to tip the hat, man, because it's kind of, to say this is the last episode recording of the year, it's just wild that another one's passed and we've been doing it this long. So that's how my preview or how I felt leading up to this moment. As far as the week goes, it's been pretty good. Mm-hmm. Been pretty easy. Can't complain, but I'm going to get into some of the work stuff later, because general questions I've had and would like to, if anybody would listen, would have this happen at their building. But no, aside from any of that, I'm doing good, brother. Just glad to be here. Can't believe it's 176. I was laughing when you said 175 and screwed it up in the beginning. I was like, dude, it's so many to be one off is pretty good.
Yeah. Fuck. That's nuts, dude. Like, it would be funny if we didn't have an actual, like, Google Doc and we were writing shit down on paper, because then we would have papers that said, like, episode whatever 5 to fucking 176 about everything we were talking about. That would have been cool, I think. But, what are you going to do? Too late for that now.
Yeah, at this point, them first episode papers would be getting fucking yellow, but nah, we're not. We haven't been doing it that long yet. I was saying, that's what it is when papers get old. Right. They age. When they age, they yellow out. Fuck, man. No, I just.
So, let's.
Go ahead. Let's. You were talking about the concert. We've already discussed a few things. I don't know if you want to jump right in with that, but
nah. Yeah, I've had myself a Saturday, if you will, and so, we got down to the city. We got off the train. It was probably around like 5, and doors weren't until 7. Doors were opening up at 7 o'clock. So we were like, all right, we got like 2 hours to kill down here in Manhattan, right? What do you want to do? Do we want to go look for food? Do we want to go look for something to do for 2 hours before doors open up and shit? So we're walking. We get to Times Square, and Nate's like, what about like a comedy club? Like, is there any like comedy clubs around we can like go hang out in for like a little while, And so like, we're Googling comedy clubs in the area. They weren't open till like 9 o'clock or whatever, late. And so we're like, all right, we're not going to do that. And so then I was like, all right, what about like maybe like a jazz club or something like that? And sure as shit, we found one that was like 2 blocks down from where the concert was. And we were like, sweet, let's go walk that way and let's go and check it out. Well, let me tell you guys something. This was my first time being in a jazz. I don't even know how this was my first time being in a jazz club. But this was my first time being in a jazz club. The musician I've been my entire life, never been in a jazz club before. And, even though I might not listen to jazz music, as a musician, I appreciate the musicianship that jazz players have, whether it be on piano, drums, bass, even, the vocalists too. And so I was like, yeah, like, Nate, let's go check out like the jazz club. And he was like, sure, let's fucking do it. Well, we walk in, right? And there's a doorman there that looks like he's out of the fucking Men in Black. Like, he looks like an alien. He looks like one of the aliens undercover from like Men in Black. And that's what Nate and I were joking about.
Hold
in there.
Hold on real quick. When you say that, do you mean literally like the guy, for when you say Men in Black alien, you talk about the dude that's like got the skin and busting out of his skin, looking weird, or are you saying he looks like
that guy?
That guy? Are you saying that?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Like I don't know what it was, but
Okay.
like this dude did not look human. You know what I mean? And so like Nate and I were like, well, Nate and I kind of both looked at each other. And we were just like, we're not sure if this is going to be a good jazz club or a bad jazz club. But it got like 4.8 stars on Google. So it had to be good, right? So we open the door. The dude starts talking to us. And he's like, oh, do you have reservations? We're like, no. No, we do not. And I was like, and like, so like, we were like, is there any like seating available? And he was like, well, yeah, the show just started 15 minutes ago. And he's like, listen, this place is very professional. It's called the Blind Side. Oh, fuck. I want to say it was called like the Blind Side. So he's like, so he goes, listen, it's $20. Excuse me. It's called the Birdland Jazz Club. In Manhattan. And the guy's like, so it's $20 per person a head. And so you have to pay like a minimum of like $20 in food and drinks to like be able to like, go in basically. And Nate and I kind of both looked at each other and like I asked the guy and I was like, you just said it started like 15 minutes ago. When does the show end? He said, the show ends at 6:45. We're like, perfect. 15 minutes just before doors open. It'd be perfect. Exit here. Go to the actual concert. Well, let me tell you, the place was gorgeous. Like the inside of it is really nice, like really nice jazz club. Like literally the stage is right there up against the one wall, and then there's like tiers like going back of like tables and seating and like and like all that, kind of like a mezzanine kind of, but it wasn't that big. You know what I mean? Like it was tight, it was intimate with everybody. Like the tables were almost on top of each other, and the place is packed. It's dim lighting, candlelights on all the tables, and like some like dark red, maroon colored lighting in there that keeps it low lighting. Obviously spotlights on the stage. The people are playing. Nate and I walk in. And they sat us all the way. We went all the way around everybody to the far side of the stage. And that's where our seats were. And dude, let me just break this down on besides the intimate vibe that's in there already, okay? Mm-hmm. Everybody inside of this place that was sitting at a table, one of them, not one of them, but number one, they all had collared shirts on. Okay? They all had either polos or some button downs, some fucking bow ties, suit jackets. Like they were dressed. Oh, everybody I saw had a collared shirt on. All right? Even the women were dressed nicely. Nate and I, let me tell you what we're wearing. I'm wearing black sweats, an oversized Vans hoodie, and a fucking gray beanie on. All right? Nate, it's got like a black like weather, like all weather type of rain jacket thing on, hat cap backwards. All right? and Nate's wearing like a pair of jeans. All right? And we're walking by everybody. Dude, the stares and looks that came Nate's and I's way when we walked in, everybody in that place must have thought we were going to like fucking wreck this place probably. They probably thought we were there to be obnoxious. You know what I mean? Like the looks and everything. But I'm a musician myself. I enjoy good music, So like, fuck them, because they probably all thought that. I'm sure they all thought that. But needless to say, Nate and I were very underdressed for this place. And like the woman that was singing with her band up there, okay, the band was great. Very talented piano player, very talented bassist, drummer too. It was a piano, bassist and drummer. The bass player is playing the stand-up bass. Like, it was sick. You know, it was so cool to like be a part of that and to actually experience that. It was a hell of an experience. So, you know, the guy said, oh, this is the funny part I forgot to mention. The guy said at the door, the alien dude, he said, you know, if you're going to take photos, no flash, keep talking to a minimum. And if you do have to talk, keep it low. Keep the volume low. Like, you don't want to disturb anybody near you. You know what I mean? Like, it was very professional. And so, like, we're like, sure, like, cool, you know, let's do this, right? So the waitress comes over to our table, and she's talking very low. And, you know, she's like, hi, are you guys going to be eating or just here for drinks? And Nate and I already looked at the menu. And you know, we're like, it's expensive shit, obviously, down there in Manhattan. And so Nate and I both looked at each other, and I was like, I think we're just going to do drinks, you know? So, like, we just did drinks. One cocktail was like $16. So you had to have another one because the minimum was 20. All right.
I know, that's what I was thinking, because I'm like, they're worried about you spending $20. Fuck, how hard is that going to be?
Right. So we had that. I had 2 cocktails. Needless to say, I walked out of that place with a good buzz. Okay, because we didn't eat.
Nice.
And I think Nate had like 2 Blue Moons. Not a sponsor of the podcast, Blue Moon, but you know, so Nate had 2 of them. I had 2 cocktails. All right, and both of us, like, after the show was over, like, Nate and I got up and we were walking out, and we're both like feeling good now. Obviously, after those 2, we haven't eaten since like 12, and so we're down there and we're walking towards the venue. Nate and I are looking at each other. We're cracking up hysterically. We're like, what the fuck was that? Because we did not belong there. Like, our look, everything. We did not belong with that group of people that were there, right? And then we get in line for the show for doors to open. That was our entire scene. Everybody in that line is exactly who Nate and I belonged to, because that was the concert.
Dude,
and so, the jazz club, needless to say, it was unreal. It was unreal.
I was going to say, before you get to the concert, I want to say one thing before we started recording. Yeah. And he was telling me about this. I was like, dude, what a time it could have been if I would have been up to visit you guys, because aside from attire, my problem is I have a hard time being quiet. Like, if that waitress would have asked me for what I wanted to drink, I'd have been like, well, I want to, you know, and then they would have fucking hated me. So it just made that part made me laugh. But I was just wanting to interject that part because, my attire wouldn't have been terrible. It would have definitely been underplayed as well. But yeah, good. I just wanted to throw that in there.
But yeah, so dude, the jazz club listen, it was sick. And I mean, Nate and I both said to each other, like, we would definitely go again, you know, but just be a little bit more prepared this time. And then, you know, I posted a video of it like on my Facebook, and my wife commented, she was like, please tell me you took your beanie off. And I was like, nah, I didn't. I didn't take the beanie off. Nate didn't take his hat off. We were standing there like a bunch of fools at a jazz club. A real legit jazz club. Yeah,
that's fucking awesome.
It was nuts. But dude, it was sick. Yeah, it was so sick. It was like shit you see in like movies. You know what I mean? Like, it was totally cool. So fast forward, right? We're in line now to get into the venue, and we get into the venue, and so first band that comes on is Armor for Sleep, and Armor for Sleep is an older early 2000s band, and I've seen them once before. They were an opening act for a different show way back when. And just to sum it up, I guess, really, like, all 3 bands that we saw that night, like, they were all super tight, which is awesome. You know what I mean? It wasn't really sloppy playing or anything like that. Like, the bands themselves were just super tight. They sounded just like the records, if not better, you know? Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was a time, because, you know, the bands that I was looking forward to see, the next band coming up after that was a band called Senses Fail, and I've never seen them before, but I was looking forward to seeing them, and that's when that's when the floor started opening up, and Nate and I were down on the floor. We were kind of a little off center from like the center stage there, but we were down there in the crowd of people. And you know, when Census Fail comes up to play, the entire floor starts moving. Like everybody is just, you know, there's people. The pit opens up behind us, you know, and people are getting pushed forward like into us, and then you're pushing everybody back, and you know, that was. It was incredible. It was incredible. I did not crowd surf. I was thinking about it, but I don't think I was buzzed enough to go up there and do that. But I mean, I saw one dude get dropped when he was crowd surfing. He got dropped. I don't know if he hit us like a soft spot where there's a bunch of like little people around or whatnot, but like he ended up getting dropped on the floor. Saw that, felt it, felt it on the feet when he like entire floor shook when he hit the floor. I mean, the mosh pit, dude. There was I saw one dude wipe out there and fucking hit his head on the floor. I was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, like I wasn't getting involved really in that, but you know, but I mean, just being
the days have passed,
hundreds
man.
of people and just
Those days.
Yeah. So like fast forward
to do that because
the next
you
show,
fall
or
now
the
like
next
that.
band. Oh, fucked. Yeah. Totally, we're fucked.
At our age.
But but the fast forward to the next show. Then there was Story of the Year was the headliner for that one, and never seen them before either. And they were super tight, and that was great to see. And you know, they played a lot of their old songs, obviously too, and some newer ones as well. But you know, to put a bow on all of that, dude. I mean, it was a great trip down to the city. It was the train ride down, the train ride back was totally fine. We got back last night around like 2:15 back to my house, and luckily my wife let me sleep in. I slept until like 10:45 today, so you know, luckily my wife let me sleep in, and she took care of the boys. And this morning, yeah, and I mean, and I'm still tired, so I need to recoup tonight. But dude,
I didn't
just
think of
a little aftermath though. Yeah. Luckily, I didn't get up at 7 a.m. with the boys, but like a little aftermath of that, my neck hurts from fucking headbanging last night. Like just being in the crowd, just you know, oh dude, felt it just now. Just like, you know, the fucking neck is sore. Popped some Tylenol when I woke up. Yeah, Tylenol. But I popped some Tylenol when I woke up, and I'm still here to talk about it. So it was a great trip.
Dude, just thinking about being in mosh pits, I was in a few in my day back in the, you know, in the day, and thinking about it now, like, God, I couldn't even. I talk about working out and stuff now, but like I've tweaked my back before, like bending over to pick up a boxing glove. So to think about like actually moshing and hitting bodies or falling, like one thing with crowd surfing, I don't think I think there was one time that I crowd surfed, and it was with people that I knew could hold me up. Because when I was younger, man, I was almost 300 pounds. I was 270, 280, and I wouldn't want to be at a concert with fucking 150-pound fucking people trying to hold me up and trusting them. But I think there was one time that I did a little bit of one. But yeah, I couldn't imagine fucking wiping out now. But that's awesome just to go back to see, especially how long ago you said the first band, how long ago was it when you saw them the first time? When you said years ago, would you like to put a year on it?
That had to have been 2000, I would say maybe 05, 06.
Yeah, see, that's awesome, dude, to see somebody.
So 20 years.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome though. Just like to go back, like that had to feel, even if you're not.
And they still sounded as good. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yeah, dude.
I've said 10 years.
So,
yeah, that's good. Sorry, I know my internet is fucking jacked again, but I know it better now. I'm adjusting to this is something I can figure out when we're in the hiatus, because I'll say because of the new fucking router I've got.
It's all good.
Yeah. Okay, good. But I'll.
No, so like so I mean,
No, go ahead, brother.
go ahead, buddy.
If I was delayed a smidge, I apologize. I was just going to get into the. I was going to get into. Oh man, that's your topic, so I'm going to let you bring it up. But I'm excited to talk about it, so I'll go ahead and I'll bring this in because this was a question that I had when in the intro when Dave said PVDs working over drivers. I don't know if this would be for everywhere or how this would work out. I was told. Actually, by the last pre-recorded episode, you will hear the final guest. Actually, somebody who's excuse me, is pretty knowledgeable, and I was told, like for me personally, that because I'm a 9.5 driver, I wouldn't qualify for this anyway. But it made me curious just because of the message and adding it up. So I think last week's episode I'd said that I had a PVD. And so we got a message. So I meet her every morning, and she had told me that they were being forced to work on Saturdays, and we had gotten the message here, and I don't know if there was any work available because I'd said no to not work this past Saturday anyway. But the way the message was read, that if there was work available, would you be interested to come in? So if they're forcing PVD drivers to come in, but say another driver that wanted to work to get the overtime was told not to come in, that seems like that shouldn't be right. I don't know if that's I feel like there's got to be a catch to that. But I'm curious to anybody listening to this if you've experienced the same, because are you guys using PVDs right now? I mean, we have a bunch.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, dude, we have a shit ton of them. So, and I mean, it hasn't lessened up your work. I mean, we can say that. Dave's stop count, my stop count with PVD now on my route, you can times it by 2, and I don't think it still hits fucking what Dave's dealing with. But I just in the divide with SurePost, in one of the TikTok videos we had posted, the last one with the clip about SurePost going back to the post office. I always think that there is I don't know why this is such a pipe dream, so I don't want to spend much time on it anyway, but I always feel like there's obviously trolls on TikTok, and we've had plenty of them, but people within the delivering community, post office, us, FedEx, Amazon, I feel like I feel like we get along, like the guys I see in person, I get along with fine. So I don't like to feel like this is them getting on the internet fucking talking shit. But I feel like we just all bicker to one another. And the SurePost thing, it's been big time with the post office people especially. And I just feel like that's just... When I say the divide, and I said total pipe dream, I had this vision that we could just put it all aside and just get along for Christmas. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. That's all it is.
Nah.
But I mean, the SurePost thing it's definitely, I mean, even if my PVD wasn't excuse me, even if I didn't have a PVD route on my route right now, my stop count probably wouldn't be it wouldn't, I think with it being gone like the way it had been, we're not getting any extra volume right now is what I'm getting at. So we've definitely lost some for sure. But it's one of those things, dude. Like, I don't know. In January, I don't want to work fucking 13 hours a day, but it was also in the middle of a blizzard too. But it's whatever. If we have it, I'll deliver it. If we don't, we don't. But Yeah, that was all I had. That was all the SurePost thing was about.
Yeah, we saw it too. Like, I mean, like you said on TikTok, it was, boy, there was people disagreeing left and right, and people agreeing left and right. I mean, there was a lot of people not happy about it coming back to SurePost. A lot of people are happy about it coming back to SurePost. A lot of people not happy about it leaving UPS. Some people are happy about it leaving UPS. So it's can't make everybody happy, right? So
I mean, where do you stand on it? Is it like good riddance to you? Because that's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, if we had it, I would do it. Like I just said.
That's how I feel.
Like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see much of an improvement or like less volume. Honestly, at least on the route that I was on, I didn't see much less. Like I didn't see any less. I didn't see the volume go up on that route that I was on when SurePost left, and it was us delivering the ground savers or whatever they called them. I think that was it.
Right.
But, so, like you said, good riddance, I guess.
Right.
Whatever makes the company money and keeps the company afloat, right? So
Abso-fucking-lutely.
But then again, that could go both ways depending on what side of the coin you fall on. Also, something else, I guess, really to I kind of want to talk about this, right? This was this really has nothing to do with really. I think everything else. You know what? Actually, let's get into let's do the question of the week now. Let's do the question of the week a little early here, and then we can talk about the rest of the stuff on there. Because this will kind of help talk about food, if you will. So. The question of the week, guys. I don't know if we had any on Facebook. I'm not sure, but we will take a look. But the question of the week the question of the week this week is what's inside your lunch bag? And I thought this would be fun. Just, because there's going to be a lot of new drivers coming in, right? Like maybe they're looking for, like interested to see what other drivers are bringing in for their lunch. So let's go on Instagram to get some of these answers here that we got, huh? This one here is from SJ1011. SJ says, frozen lunch, a Powerade, one energy drink for the afternoon. Frozen lunch, Powerade, one energy drink for the afternoon. Okay.
Well,
Jake Lee Bowden says,
it's a balanced diet.
A balanced diet, yeah. Jake Lee Bowden says, I pack sandwiches, cheese sticks, water, Gatorade or Powerade, soda and energy drinks, sweet tea sometimes, chips. If I'm lucky, I'll get a little Debbie Christmas tree cake. Okay. That definitely sounds like what would be in my lunch bag. I enjoy that. Yes. I mean, it's the sandwiches is obviously great. That's hearty. It's filling. The cheese sticks, the chips, maybe a little Debbie Christmas tree cake. Christmas tree cake. That's a nice little snack to have. And then you get the Gatorade, Powerade drinks, the performance drinks, right? And then maybe an energy drink, sweet tea. You get a little sugar in there with the soda. You get to me, that's a well-balanced lunch. To me, that's going full circle. You get a little bit of everything in there. I know some people stay away from the sweets and the sugar, but hey, everybody has their own preference, right? To each their own. Next one is from Brad Mosier, B-Rad Mo. Brad says, I have a cooler and a lunch box backpack. The cooler has 9 bottles of water, 3 white monsters, good God, 2 protein shakes, and 3 Gatorade Zeros. The backpack has a 6-inch Italian sub, extra meat, lettuce, jalapenos, banana peppers, 2 hard-boiled eggs, and 2 protein bars. The hard-boiled eggs, great protein for you. I mean,
it is, but how much is he taking a piss?
And I love the shit. I mean, 3 white energy, 3 white Monster Energies. You're pissing octane at that point.
9 bottles of water, 3 white monsters, and 3 Gatorade Zeros.
Listen, you can't forget you can't forget it's probably about 85 degrees down there still.
Oh, fuck
So he's out there
that,
sweating.
dude.
Like he's sweating
out
it all
there.
out.
He's taking pisses every fucking 45 seconds. I don't know, man. That seems. I guess it is hot down there, man. I'm like, dude, if I drank 3 monsters or
Like-
3 ghosts, if I'll call it,
Yeah.
just with no water or anything, I'd be pissing like a racehorse.
Nah, it's like for like me, dude. Like I had like 8. I think this past summer, one day I downed like 8 Powerades or 8 Gatorades in like one day, and I think I only pissed like twice. You know what I mean? Because I was just sweating it all out. But
Shouldn't
what are
he?
you gonna do?
I shouldn't say shouldn't he. Not singling you out here, Brad. But since you're the one with this abundance amount of liquid in your cooler, he's from the area though. So like you would think he would be like as they're getting into their cooler time. Floridians gotta be acclimated a little bit. Like I know when I see them in videos when it's like 50 degrees, they're freezing their fucking asses off. And at 50 degrees is a fucking great time up here this time of year. But so yeah, I mean, I'm just still I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around how many times I would have to piss if I had. That's 15 bottles or bottles and cans. That's 15. Sorry, I don't want to. I know we're doing this a little different. This is in the middle, so I won't keep on it. But Brad, I got to know how much you take a piss.
okay. This one here is from Erica. What's up, Erica? Erica says, "What's a lunch bag? LOL. I wish I was organized enough to actually have a lunch bag. Instead, the tote in my truck is like the cookie jar. Dig around and you might find a box of Rice Krispie treats or a box of tampons. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Do you not eat when you're out there, Erica? Come on, Erica.
Some people do.
This
Some
next
people
one's
are
from
weird. I don't want to
I
say
know.
weird and don't eat.
Some people
but
just
some
snack
people
all
don't.
day too, and then they'll
Yeah.
right, and then some people will just snack all day and not, and then wait till like dinner time to eat, like a full
Oh
meal.
yeah.
Again, to each their own. This one here is from the Aztec. Aztec says, "Until Black Friday, not a damn thing because I'm off." I see what you did there.
Nice.
Enjoy that vacation, buddy. I don't have that much seniority yet to get off Thanksgiving week. Shit.
I don't think I do
But-
either.
That's all of them. Yeah. But that's all of them on Instagram. I'm going to check Discord as well and see what people have to say here.
Yeah, we
On
didn't have
Discord,
any on
that dude
Facebook.
Luke says, okay, no worries. That's all good. I'll read these here. That on Discord, that dude Luke says, ham and salami on homemade bread, sometimes on homemade sourdough, a couple packs of peanuts, meat sticks, and a few bottles of extra water. Simple. Love that.
Solid.
This next one here is from Greg Depew. Greg, what up, Greg? Greg says, pickle jar of fruit, yogurt, 2 cheese sticks, and my coffee. Well, in parentheses, he writes 4 shots of espresso mixed with cold brew.
Nice.
This one here is from Willflow81. Willflow says, just water and some snacks. I live on my route, so I go home for lunch. Nailed it.
Very good.
This one here is from Jet. What up, Jet? Jet says, I started making sushi bowls based around what veggies are in season. Then on the side is whatever fruit is in season. Had to stop going to the gas station every day. Facts. Facts. Going to the
Yeah.
gas station every day just fucking burns a
Dude.
hole right in your pocket.
I mean, we've talked about that before. It is crazy how much money you can casually spend
Yes.
at convenience stores and gas stations. Holy
Yes.
shit.
100%. 100%. This one here is from Balco. What up, Balco? Balco says, bag of sunflower seeds and water. I usually stop at home for lunch. If not, then it's gambling with... What? Gambling with botulism at gas stations. Yeah, why do you got to write a difficult word in there, bro? Botulism? Botulism? Botulism.
Man, I gotta get in this Discord. Hold on.
I have no fucking clue. Botulism. I'll read this one here. This one's from Give Me More Cosplay. What up, More? More says, okay, summertime, lots of water and Alani, Gatorade, liquid IV pack. Right now, though, I've been eating a cheese bagel with avocado, cream cheese, ham, turkey, and tomato. Then I also have beef jerky, fruit snacks, and eat and cheese snack pack, probiotic smoothie, and then whatever else I'm craving. Wintertime, basically, instead of the sandwich, I have lunches, highly recommended, and most of the time, I'll pack a high protein with some sort of carb in it, like taco ground beef with potatoes or rice. That's the go-to, but basically anything warm. I also don't eat all of these sometimes. I eat half sometimes. None. Really depends. Sometimes none. Really depends. I was going to say that's a lot to eat in one day.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, I'm going to say
No,
I'm
that's
not.
good though.
I have no idea on that word either, dude. I'm looking at it like no clue.
Botulism.
Yeah,
Botulism.
you got me. You got us. Yeah.
I just butcherism that one. All right. Thank you to everybody that commented on the question of the week. We appreciate you guys so much. The rest of the stuff to talk about now. So we can stick with food, right? First of all, work. Actually, no. Yeah. Food. No. Yeah. Nah. Fuck it. We'll save food for last. We'll save the other food for last. Listen,
Okay.
Work holiday parties.
Here we go.
Work holiday parties. Yay or nay? Me personally, I'm a nay. Listen, it's not that I don't like anybody, okay? I get along with everybody at my building, but I don't want to see any of you motherfuckers outside of this place, to be honest.
See, dude, I'm going to
Like,
say
it's just like,
we used to have unofficial Christmas parties, and we, dude, in the early ones, we got fucking wild. And I want to tell you what is
I'm sure.
like. I want to tell you why these things were always fun back then. Like now, at this point in my life, I would go to this to say hi and probably leave within probably by an hour. But back then, fuck, dude, get ready. So,
yeah.
so as a preloader, you know, we're fucking working a lot in the building, pretty much full time at that. I feel like we worked about 8-hour shifts in that span, and I was driver helping, you know, disgruntled Doug at that point a lot. And dude, you just see these people all the time in these shitty conditions of just getting your ass kicked by fucking boxes. And when it's a fucking setting, when it's like a bar, I remember, I'll fucking shout him out right now. I haven't seen this dude in 15 years. Ian Wade, wherever you're at, brother, I hope you're well. Ian Wade used to work preload with us. And dude, I walked in, we weren't even really that tight. We were friends, but not like that good of friends, casual friends, you know. Dude, I see him, and I immediately get so fucking jacked. I'm like, holy shit, dude, we're here to fucking drink and just get fucking dumb. And the people there, dude, we had drivers like they were wild, but I don't think we would, like, it's not as close as it used to be with the people. I feel like it was a lot more tight knit back then. But yeah, we would have probably 30, 40 deep at our Christmas parties, at least just at the bars right up the road from where we worked. But I was always a huge fan of them. Now I wouldn't care as much, but say them in general, dude, I think they're a good thing. I really think. Now, as you got to your audience, I'm not saying, if you don't think you would want to see these motherfuckers, you don't have to see these motherfuckers. That's speaking to you or anybody else out there. But we had good times. And I will say one more thing before I end on this. To give you just a glimpse of how crazy it used to be. one of the drivers, guy I've worked with for a long time. He was a preloader back then, and he wanted to. This was before we walked in, dude. Before we walked in, he wanted to chug a fifth of Crown Royal in the parking lot before we walked in at like 9:30 p.m. So I'll just let that play. You can use your imagination how these things used to end up going. But
Oh, of course.
anyway,
I mean, I've done that before too, but it wasn't Crown Royal. But I know how it gets. Then it gets fucking crazy, 100%.
yeah. Oh man.
And like
the work crowd.
don't get me wrong. Like there's, like I've always said, like there's like a select few, handful that I would hang out with outside of work. All right, it's not just, but and they know who they are, if they're listening. And I'm sure someone from my building's going to listen, and then word's going to get out that Rahowski hates everybody at our fucking building because y'all are a bunch of fucking snakes there. So, and I'm sure someone is going to say something. And then next thing you know, I'm going to piss off everybody, and then that's going to be that.
I
But
mean,
those of you know who you are because I probably have hung out with you before outside of this building. So, listen, those guys, they're all cool with me. All right? But holiday parties? No, not a chance. You're never going to catch me at one of UPS's holiday parties.
It's almost
Nothing.
It should be time for another Facebook post for you to have an idea, stir up some controversy,
Right? Just start stirring up the pot. I mean, I am back in New Paltz. I can say some stuff. Anyways, next on the list here, next on the dock, if you will. Listen, Thanksgiving is coming up this week. If you're listening right now, Thanksgiving's coming up. All right. And what's better than, that would have sounded wrong if I said that. What's another thing besides hanging out with friends and family during Thanksgiving? The food, right? Mm-hmm. So the food, listen, I know people do different kinds of things. Some people just get Chinese food. The Chinese place is open on Thanksgiving because they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So I know some people get Chinese food. Some people go to the movies on Thanksgiving. All of that, right? But if you're celebrating with family and you guys are having a feast, what's on your plate for Thanksgiving?
Obviously we have turkey, but I feel like we also have ham as well. We're a turkey and ham family.
Oh.
And then other than that, it's basically about what you would expect. Stuffing, mashed potatoes, green beans, the standard. I feel like I'm trying to think if there's anything really off the cliff. My stepmother makes this sweet potato casserole. No, it's we have that, but I'm not a fan of it, so I don't really ever eat it that often. So it's rare for me. So
Same.
It's available,
Same.
but I don't really eat it. But my stepmother makes this sweet potato pie casserole, man, and fuck, it is gone. She makes two of them because one was just pointless. Like one, not everybody would get a piece of it because people would destroy it. So she had to start doing two, and then it just got gutted like the first one did. But that's probably the thing that I could say sticks out the most for me that I can think offhand. Sweet potato. It was either sweet potato casserole or sweet potato pie. I forget how she said, but it was something of that. Damn, it's good. Holy shit.
So let me give you a hot take here. I am not a sweet potato guy.
Well, I'm telling you, if you had some of this, dude, it almost tastes like you're eating fucking cake.
It might convert me.
That would probably convert you to that, but you probably still wouldn't be a fan of sweet potatoes because that shit tastes like dessert. But it's just not. It's good, man.
That's what everybody says about like these sweet potato pies and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it tastes like dessert, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
I mean,
I don't know, man.
I can't argue against them.
Me personally, you're right. The go-to turkeys, ham, mashed potatoes. I'm a mashed potato guy, not a sweet potato guy. I love regular plain white mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes, gravy. Oh God, stuffing. Fuck yes, dude. I'm getting drooling over here. Let me wipe my face. Fucking green beans. Yeah, dude. Like classic Thanksgiving feast. I am so excited to eat Thursday night. We are unfortunately traveling down to Long Island, so I'm not looking forward to the drive, but on that day. But looking forward to obviously spending it with family and all that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's always when you can have people come in, man. That's like my both of my sister-in-laws are coming in, but my younger sister Lindsay, who has moved, that's been about a year now, or in a few months it will be. She moved 6 hours away, so it's awesome that she's coming in for this. And I even said, because I was like, I'm not gonna fucking let work, because she's coming in for the week, and I was like, I'm not gonna let work shit on it, because I'm gonna have to make sure to make time, because that is the problem a lot of times with our job, is that our hours are, and now that we have to work Black Friday, which it used to not be that way. And I always liked that, man, because it was like you had a 4-day weekend. It was like your last little break right before, but that's all. Obviously, that's
gone are those
thing
days.
Of the past. Gone are those days, except that mythical local in Buffalo, New York, dude. That center, there was one center that does not fucking do it. And I swear to God, dude, you want to talk about somebody, we need to get one of them motherfuckers on the podcast to teach
we need to
some
find out
lessons.
who's up there, because they got balls.
They need to take some fucking people to school, man. Good Lord. I don't even, I feel like here they dangled the carrot with money, though, with the contract of how it is here. But because a lot of people.
That's funny. You know why? Because that didn't even happen here. What's extra pay on Black Friday? They said, oh, you want to work Black Friday? Perfect. We can do that. Oh, we don't have to give up anything? No. You don't have to give up anything. You don't have to pay extra. No. It's going to be a regular working day. Okay? How does that sound? That sounds great.
And to say this.
Fuck that. I am so mad that some people get paid time and a half. And the other people get paid double time.
Yeah, there's people getting double time out there. I want to say this. I want to shout this out to the old local Poo 94 up there. This is a driver that has to hear this from a lot of drivers in the other locals. I fucking swear, I feel like you guys are one of the. I don't know of any other place that doesn't get at least time and a half other than where you're at from people we've spoke with, because that's when I found out about like the double time. And that's bullshit, and it's not right, and it makes me fucking feel kind of shitty. I think, like, I know, are you in the same local? I don't know because Angela, I remember, shout out to Angela. She's in New York. If she's not in your local,
Angela's not in my local.
Her center didn't get it was just a regular work day for them too. So it might be your guys's, because you're not in the Atlantic contract we're not in the same
New York
regional.
State.
Yeah, so you might be if you're in a different regional
Upstate
thing than
/ West New York.
Yeah, so that might be what it is. But damn, dude, you would think they'd fucking pay some fucking people out there. Come on, everybody's doing it. It's going to be fun.
You would think. But
and it's like the one day that, like, you're not going to be dispatched that bad because they don't want to pay as much.
I'll probably be dispatched bad because we don't make any extra money. We get paid regularly. So, anyways,
sorry.
Fucking A. Get to look forward to that. That's all right. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode here. Like I said, Patreon, Discord, you want to join, come be part of the family over there on both of those platforms and help us support the silly show. Be safe out there, guys. All right, be safe out there. Peak season is officially here. And don't forget your guys' most important stop, all right? I'm Dave, my co-host Luke. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you guys soon.
Later, everybody.